So, start with Joe then, okay? So setup wise, as we said, a little bit there, that kind of capital Y. You need to try and get those hands forward, okay? Yeah. If I'm being honest on this right hand one, you haven't really got the hands as forward as we'd want to. Okay, so we just work on that. That's just literally standing in front of a mirror and just practicing that. What we're looking for is the arms and the club sort of create that lowercase Y, so your hands would be a little bit nearer your left side. I think very common when people see a ball going along the ground, they try to lean the club and scoop it up in the air, So the hands are going to go a bit further forward there at address. In terms of the swing, what you had before, so very much flat foot, even in your practice swing there. Backswing was pretty good, okay? But as you come through the golf ball, right foot sort of just basically just toe tapped around a little bit, but not real much movement through the lower half there. And then when the golf ball gets in the way here now, it's a very similar kind of outcome. As you went back, hitting the golf ball there on the way up, sort of topping it, right leg hasn't really moved, right hip, and most of the weight sort of hanging back on this back foot, which meant your low point of your golf swing was sort of back here by your right side. You either topped a golf ball, so it went low on the ground, or hit the ground heavy and then just miss-hit it, okay? So that was your follow-through where you started. This follow-through now, okay, so same good backswing, but now we're going to shift everything towards target in this direction, okay? And as you can see here now, the golf ball, look at your right leg, your right knee.
Much more movement.
Look at that.
It looks almost like I'm playing golf.
Hey, you see, there's a golfer in there, you see. But that literally came in like 2 minutes of doing that exercise that you just did on the mat there. And then you hit 10 shots after that. So if we can get into that habit of just doing that movement, okay, you're not going to do it every single day, I get that. But if it's okay, right, once, twice, three, 4 times.
To be honest, I think my grip and my stance has been off, let alone that. It was a bit off.
There's always, and I think with setup in general, the fundamentals of a golf swing, it's the same with cricket. When you go out to the crease, you've got to get yourself prepared for the ball. You don't walk out to the crease and go, that'll do. You've got to ask for your mark and where's middle leg or middle or whatever. You need to prepare for the shot better. It's like going to drive a car, you make sure the car seat's in the right position for your journey. If I borrowed your car for a day, I said, right, jump in and so I reach the pedal. So setting up properly is going to be a key element of that. But as long as you know how the body needs to move, to the good strike, that ball whooshing off the club face up in the air, there's about 60 yards this one. And from a health perspective, what I prefer this one is, that's the angle of your shoulders, that's the angle of your hips, and your knees are there. So everything's more in line. Where this one, there's your angle of your shoulders, that's the angle of your hips, and your knees haven't moved. So you think your lower back now is putting a load of squeeze on the bottom, So if we can actually get that body to rotate, so everything when you finish is more in line, it's just a healthier swing long term. And that's really, for me, what we're trying to build up to start with, So if you can practice that movement and that shift, it'll become a lot easier. Right. For yourself then, Lewis, we talk about the right elbow. Okay, setup wise, we're very, very good. So talking about Joe said that we'd look to try and get that lowercase Y. You've got that nicely, okay? The issue was very much sort of like cricketer's right elbow, I guess. Not much movement there with the body, so the elbow sort of pulling away. Your knee kind of just goes towards the camera and not much right side rotation, okay? So as you get to your top of your backswing, you're there, okay? What we're trying to incorporate is your body to rotate and the arms and the wrists and elbows to hinge and lift the club in the air. So if you look at this movement here now, I've not at one point said make your swing longer. Look at the difference in that golf swing now. It's just gone further around. That's where the distance is going to come from, So you're going to get more of a speed if your club goes back. I mean, percentage-wise, it's hard to work out, but you're going from there, so kind of 10, 15, maybe 20% longer swing. So the more momentum you're going to create, that's going to give more energy back at the golf ball. And also, if you're hinging the wrist better, you're creating the angle to hit the ground, With the knee going towards the ball and the elbow lifting, you've now got to try and incorporate some element of hitting the ground, which you were pretty good at doing from your sort of cricketing background, okay? But trying the golf ball here now, so the balance is going to be an issue there. Just trying to sustain that, really. It's always difficult. And that's if you're losing balance on a flat mat with no wind, no slippy surface, it's like you get on the golf course, there's some undulations, you'll be all falling on the floor quite a bit, okay? So getting that better elbow hinge there, now you can rotate your body through. If we notice though, you're still kind of looking down where the ball used to be. So as much as I don't want to give you too many to think about when you're making practice, so you just imagine the body as hit, or imagine the golf ball's been hit.
More stable at the end.
Definitely more in balance there. But I think ideally speaking, I want to see his eyes looking to see where a ball would have gone, even though you haven't hit it yet. If you can do it in practice, it's just going to eventually start getting out your game. There's nothing good looking down here at what you've done before, okay? Because that would have been where you want to there, but it's a bit of a delay. Oh, have a look there now, okay? It's getting there, okay? At least when you first did it, there was no movement at all, so it's progress. Right. So when the ball's there, we don't always expect the same quality of swing. The aeroplane, the same quality as swing, helicopter, of you would do there. So it's a little bit shorter, but at least the elbow is down. They're more, both left and right arm now are a little bit on a level angle, and the club's gone back further. As we said, you haven't hit the wall there, because obviously you're not further than that wall, but you wouldn't have hit a wall that would have been that close, because you see the club has hinged up correctly. So now when you come back to the golf ball, good strike of the ball there now, and you swing through to balance, and you can see, as Joe was saying there, you're much more in balance. A little bit drivey with the knees, but that's again very much sort of cricket background. I think the lower half taking quite a lot of the movement there. Okay, just from a back's perspective, that's going to put a bit more stress on your knees, your ankles, and your back, whereas that position there is going to be a little bit more kind of less stress on the body. Okay, but you generate more club head speed, so your body's kind of been thrown a bit more around the circle. Okay, so we can move that elbow better. That's going to be the focus. If you rotate better on the way back, you can rotate better on the way through. It means that your consistency is going to be a lot less inconsistent with your strike pattern, because when you hit good shots, they're really good, and that's the frustration you said yourself. When you hit bad shots, oh god, how can I go from in a 150-yard shot to then going 10 yards on the ground? Yeah. That's a lot of people struggle with. Okay, so yeah, get that right elbow hinging. So just practice, turn the hips, hinge the elbow, do that work up against the wall, just a minute or two a day, getting that sensation of the hinge of the right arm and the elbow, club going up, back and through, to get that sensation. Okay, does that make sense?
Fantastic.
Happy with that there?
Yeah.
Happy with that? Yeah. Okay, let's have a few more shots then, and we'll see how we do. Okay, but I'll record that and I'll send it through. Okay.